Now we're gonna play Firewatch. I mean, you guys have been hearing me say that I'm more of a RPG gamer. I'm not into horror games. Now we have a game that is about story. Finally. Let's go. I actually did play the first part, but I want to experience the ending with you guys. So I'm gonna play the whole first part that I already played, and I'm gonna tell you what I think. Boulder, Colorado, 1975. You see Julie. She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. You approach her. You know, this is very straightforward, and it's very nice for putting you right into the moment. And if you guys have not played this game, I will not recommend watching me play it. I will not recommend watching any Let's Plays. I recommend you guys buy it and you guys sit down and you play it for yourself, because it's a lot about the experience and less about the action or the funny moments. You're drunk. So what's your major? You're pretty. My brother chose what's your major, but I think honesty is the best policy, you know? You're pretty, she says coolly. You are not. You are a future hangover. What? You reply, confused. Someone should buy you a cheeseburger, she says. She flags down a waiter, and 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. So a way to a man's heart is a nice burger. I mean, food. Elevator. Normal dude. Backpack. Let's go out then. You date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You know, maybe if it doesn't affect you, you're not really invested. You move in. You share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. Julia wants to get a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia's in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's bad. You know, Julie's the one that wants the beagle. She's the one that wants a dog. If it was not my initiative, it shouldn't be my choice. You pick up the beagle and she names him Bucket. Bucket's a good dog, and a week later, you've totally forgotten about the other one. Julia loves him. You love him too. You know, you don't know if that could have been a bit of a fight between you and Julia. I think it's what I would have done in this guy's place, but yeah, I don't know. You guys tell me if you played this game, how it went for you, if there was some fighting involved, and why you took the choices that you took. You talk out on the deck. It's summer. 9:30 p.m. and the heat still radiates off of the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? They're not very smart or good at much. I'm saying if you and I have some, a couple little idiots. I want to think these two were a happy couple that were coordinated in their desires, you know? There's no reason to make them a difficult couple. I mean, I'm not this guy. Let them dream together of a family. That will be pretty good. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I would like that, you say. These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best that their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. Let's see. Question is, why am I in the middle of the woods? A hat. Put on. You know, it may be an old hat from who knows who. It's a cool hat nonetheless. No fireworks. Warning. Thoroughfare trail is not recommended for inexperienced hikers. Am I an experienced hiker? I have no idea. Thoroughfare is a primitive background trail. I cannot read what it says there. You are in their country. Learn to live with bears. Be respectful of nature. Do not forget to check in. It's a Thursday night and Yuri is 4 hours late. She doesn't come. You're worried and getting angry by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but clearly she's been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets. I mean, imagine they had a little bit of a disagreement when she gets between the sheets. So does that escalate? Or you try to cut off? I will cut off the engagement.
No! God, please, no! No!
That is to say, the confrontation. You don't touch each other all night. The next day you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about her evening. She says it was great. You hold on to a tiny pill of resentment. You make some coffee and go to work. Sometimes we really cannot help how we feel, I guess. Yulia still likes to draw. She draws plans from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. You pose and flex like He-Man. You look awesome. Oh yes. I'm back here. This is absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that. Full screen for you guys here. Sky, the trees, and it's sweet kind of beautiful. It's the kind of beautiful you don't see for I don't know, Horizon Zero Dawn, where there's a lot of details. Here it's almost like a comic. The beauty of a comic. you doing over here? You saw that? His marriage ring. 1982. During the summers, Joe and Julia enjoy walking Bucket at night. There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mock you with a knife. That changes the... And the music also picked up. It changes the relax. The music is beautiful. Slice of life since this whole thing was having. Bucket gets kicked. The dog, Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she's stressed. I have trouble speaking always. You confront the attacker. Scare him away, you beat his gut face. If we can be safe and not harm anybody, is we should try to do. You reach into your pocket like you've got a gun and threaten to kill him. You manage to scare all three of you. He runs away. Julia asks to take a different path from that day on forward. You say okay. You don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. In 1984, and the years just keep passing. Plans to have kids get waylaid by work. Man, that's so sad. I want to say that I will not let something as really insignificant, because work, I think love should be love, of course, but work is meant to keep you alive. Work should not interfere with the life you're having. And that's something I've always believed. And I want to say that I won't let that happen. But you don't know until you're there. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job. Associate Department Chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. Convince her not to take the job. Agrees she commutes back and forth. I believe the job the role of being in a relationship is not about controlling what the other person does, but trying to be happy with that person. And if she wants to go have a job anywhere, it's her right. You just want to keep loving her. You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be bad. That'll be hard. But she'll do it if you won't move. You tell her it's not to pass it up if it's what she wants. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. So she visits us. 1985. Julie is sent home from jail on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague. Julie is sent home from jail on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. She was found crying in a stairwell. You say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni and drink wine and try to forget about it. This is not healthy. This is healthy. After After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they are worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. She's 41. You both decide to keep it a secret for now. And camping. And the stars are as beautiful as ever. And you start getting an idea why he had to get away, I think. Bucket is getting older. Julia comments that it's kind of nice because he gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. So she's doesn't seem like she's not herself. 1987. Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She's devastated. She's sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days you get a Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn children little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She puts him to bed to make love. After 5 minutes, she goes into a panic, believing her dad is at the door. You tell her family. They are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while, your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. You spend your days following Julie around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggested Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple of months. You decide to move her into a full-time care facility. You're determined to take care of her by yourself. Now, of course, this is the love of your life, and moving her into a full-time care facility, to me, that option feels a bit like abandonment. But then again, you spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel the nurse. That is not a healthy relationship. This is not being good for neither of them. I think she needs to be in a place where they know how to take care of people with afflictions. What do tears symbolize? I mean, I have a strange relationship with tears since I played Red Dead Redemption 2. And I don't know what they mean. I kind of want to look into it. Her family agrees with your decision. You find a fantastic place in Boulder and move her there. You see her every day. than every other day. You go out to the bar with your old friends. It's not the same. You get the feeling that every wife tells her husband, if you put me in a home like Henry did, I will cut your balls off. You slowly decide to not see your old friends that much. It's very easy for people to judge, and at the end of the day, it's always different for the person that is actually put in the position of making a hard choice. Sister Susan moves to Boulder to be close to her. She visits her every day. You go with her some of the time. Susan buys you an old typewriter and urges you to use it if you won't see a therapist. You won't. You've always really liked Susan. She seems understanding, but I don't really know what you've always really liked Susan means. I mean, one is almost playing for this guy and kind of influencing a bit of his decisions, but this character is still his own thing. You've always really liked Susan. Months go by. Bucket dies. Julia doesn't remember him when you tell her. Sometimes it takes her a minute to look in on you. In the back of your mind, you believe it's because you see her less and less. And seeing her less and less makes her forget you more, you think. Summer is coming and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. I feel this guy probably feels a little bit guilty. Our new home. Unnecessary hopping. Look at that, an absolutely outstanding moon. I want to put that as my desktop background. Going. Turn on the power. Oh, not turn on the light. Turn on the power. Oh.
Hello,
Okay.
Two Forks Tower.
Hello there.
Hello.
Two Forks Tower, this is Thoroughfare Tower. Come in.
Okay. I'm going.
I know you're there. Your lights are on.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
And I kind of don't want to answer right now. I like that.
You're just gonna wait me out on this? Ugh, fine. But I'm gonna take a second here and have a guess about you. Let's see. I don't know anything about you, but 9 times out of 10, folks out here simply got dumped.
Huh, is that it?
Close?
Good night.
Good night. Welcome to the job.
That was a very lame very, very lame. Guess. That was a very lame guess. Firewatch, they won. Bloopers! I know. So you're like, well, where were you? What you have to ask me where I. So he goes like, where were you? And she goes like, where were you? I don't have to tell you where I was. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing colleague. You go the desktop background or desktop image background text. Well, as always, thanks for watching. You guys go on to see my other videos and do those things that will make me really, really, really happy.